Well, hey, that's great. It worked this week. Awesome. Hey, guys. Welcome back to the Castro Valley News live show. This is the audio only program that we do every week. And Kimberly is ahead of the roll call. Hey, Kimberly, how are you? How are you doing? Hope you are well. I rode my bike by the bowling alley today, and I thought about you, Kimberly, because it's still closed. And it's a drag. Hello, Matella. How are you? Good evening. We're just doing the roll call here, folks. So if you're listening and you'd like a shout out, Don Scialpi. Hola, amigo. And before we go forward, or continue with the roll call, I should say, I have a special introduction for Don Scialpi. Anybody else on the roll call? Don is feeling blah. I'm sorry to hear about that. That's actually one of the topics that I was going to bring up later, but let's continue. Tanya, hello. Turn that frown upside down, Don. There you go. I did this last week. I'll do this again. I want to mention that Tanya is the awesome person responsible for the community cupboard on Forest Avenue. It's amazing. It's an incredible resource in the community. And I will tip my cap again to Tanya and the amazing work that she's done with the community cupboard that is on Forest Avenue. And actually, somebody messaged me today asking about the community cupboard, asking if they needed to check in advance to bring donations, and no, I'm pretty certain you can just bring things up. Hi, Mina. How are you? I will see you tomorrow. I've got quite a few things to bring in to send off. Um, Mina works at Postal Annex in the Adobe Center, which is near O'Reilly's. And I've actually been clearing out quite a few things. Oh, Tanya's mentioning there's a new cabinet at the community cupboard on Forest, so I will definitely stop by tomorrow and maybe take a photo. And Don is saying Tanya is amazing. That is 100% accurate. Getting back to Mina, I will see you tomorrow, my friend. I've been selling a bunch of stuff on eBay, so I've been taking a lot of the things that I'm sending off to Postal Annex. Here's a free little advertisement for the fine folks at Postal Annex, Adobe Center. I started selling things around Christmas time, which was kind of a mistake, but as you can imagine, the lines at the post office were crazy. So I ended up taking a lot of the items that I'm selling over to the Postal Annex, and it's not enough that they are super nice people. The owner lives in Castro Valley, so it's a win-win there. And also, the line at Postal Annex wasn't, frankly, as intimidating or overwhelming as the post office line was. They do have people who sometimes there is a queue, so just be in advance, be aware that there may be a short line at Postal Annex, but not it is never a line queued up for service similar to the one at the post office. So with that said, is there anybody else who wanted to get in on the roll call? I'm gonna scroll back here and see. Don, I'm going to send you, and I'm going to do it in the voice of Elvis. Don, I'm going to send you a special hug. I'm sorry you're feeling blah. And like I said, that was something that a friend of mine had mentioned that would be a good topic to bring up for discussion is mental health and or depression, just feeling blue, feeling blah during the shelter in place, because these are for the lack of a better term, the times that we are living in is can be just a supreme downer and a definite brain drain. So how are you guys coping with this? Are there certain things that you're doing? Are you reading? Are you gosh, I'm gonna sound corny here, but are you journaling? Are you doing a diary? What are some of the tips and tricks that you're doing to keep your mind balanced and to stay happy during this difficult time? And I guess yes, Matella sending community hugs to Don. Don's an awesome guy. I've known Don for a bunch of years, dating back to when I worked at the Castro Valley Library, and that is a bunch of years ago. That's probably maybe close to 20 years ago. So Amy is staying mentally healthy by running. Mina does drawing, and that doesn't surprise me, Mina, because you're super creative and you're a mental person. So and Don completely answered what I thought he would say, and he said he's drinking a lot, and I hope you're drinking a lot of pop. Um, um, but Kimberly says, "Damn, I'm old," and yeah, I'm old. But I forgot what I was saying. So Amy does a lot of running, and physical activity definitely is fantastic for your mental balance and makes you feel better about yourself. Um, uh, and we've had some amazing weather, so some really, except today was windy as all get out. I did actually every day. Peggy Sue, hello from Idaho. Hello to you from California. I think Peggy Sue mentioned that she used to live in Castro Valley, so a shout out to Peggy Sue in Idaho. Welcome to the show. Tanya mentions gardening is my cheap therapy for sure, and that's definitely a very therapeutic and um, good thing to do. I think the key really is just stay busy. Don is mentioning whiskey, beer, and tequila. It, I got a big hug for you, Don. The next time I see you, and it's easy to feel down and blue during the pandemic and everything else that we've got on our plate as human beings and the situations that are unraveling before us. Um, so yeah, mental health is definitely important at this time to maintain it. John, how are you? How you doing? Welcome to the show. So the topic was brought to my attention by Erin over at Erin's Art Studio. Let's give another local business a shout out. And I should text her to tune in because she said she was going to mention something about it. But her point was, sorry, Tony is saying it's hard to be indoors 7 days a week and harder taking care of my husband with brain cancer stage 4. Oh my gosh. Tony, you have a whole ton on your plate. I am so sorry. Is there any way that you can I mean, do you have anybody else that's helping you take care of your husband? Um, Gosh, I wish I could offer to help, but I'm not in your social bubbles, which is another thing that makes so much that we do difficult. That even if you wanted to help your neighbor in need, if you're not in their social bubble with everybody who's doing social distancing, you can't just pop in and help someone with some of the things that they're doing. Like Tony had mentioned, that is tough. Uh, Tony, if there's anything that I can do, oh, you're in Hawaii, so there would probably be no way that I could come to your house and help you maybe take out your trash or something like that. That's difficult. Um, Tony, you are a trooper, you're a warrior, and wow, that's your family is in Hawaii. Well, if you're local, and I know Tanya, okay, you're in Castro Valley. I know Tanya's mentioning as well. If, like I said, if there's anything, if you need groceries or anything, I've got time. I could pick some stuff up for you, or um, anything you think that might be helpful. Definitely send me a message through the page, or I'll give you the email address, castrovalleytelevision@gmail.com. Let me know if there's anything that I can do to help you on this in this situation that you're in. That's rough. That's tough. Jesse is saying only thing that's really helpful for him is running at Lake Chabot, and we had I think her name was Amy. She mentioned that she's doing a lot of running too. It's good to get out there and get that physical exertion happening, and you get those good feeling endorphins in your head, and we all have to do something that helps, like I said, establish and or maintain that mental balance. One more time, Tony, if there's anything that I can do for you, um, let me know, or you can let Tanya know, because Tanya and I message back every so often. Yeah, I will keep you in my thoughts and prayers, Tony. That's a tough one. Chelsea is mentioning outdoor yoga classes are Sundays in January, which are open to all. And it doubles as a fundraiser for Castro Valley Parent Nursery School. I do see that a lot of places are still a lot of the gyms are still doing the outdoor exercise, which is great. Orange Theory is doing it. Uh, I think we mentioned it last week, but let's give our local businesses, local independent businesses, some shout outs. Body Mechanics, which is across from the Cuttery, another great business near the village. They're doing a lot of the exercises outside. Um, wait. Bob is late, but he's here. Hey, Bob, welcome to the show. I hope you are doing well. We are talking, we're kind of chewing over the topic of mental health and depression. And I know Bob has mentioned once or twice that it's something of an issue for him as well. It's tough. We all need an outlet. We all need, I think, another thing that's huge in regards to the shelter in place when we're all kind of staying at home as much as we can, and not in contact with other people as much, is our schedules really are upside down. So I think another thing that really helps is to have something of a schedule for whatever activities you may have for the day. It's been super helpful for me to kind of look at the day when I wake up, uh, and think of, okay, so I'm going to start the day with a bicycle ride, and even when it's raining, it's important to kind of stick to that schedule. And then you can block out your time for whatever work you need to do if you're working from home, or if there's chores that you have at home that need to be done. When the shelter in place first, when this whole thing first happened, and I think we're like, what, a year ago now? Blows my mind that we're almost a year into this. There was something that I heard on the radio, and there was an interview with a NASA astronaut, and they asked the gentleman what were some of the tricks for not to go off the rails when you're in a little capsule up in space. And the one thing that he said was most important, and I apologize, I don't remember who it was that they interviewed, but it was a NASA astronaut. He said the most important thing that he did was to establish a schedule and stick to it and follow it. And that's, for me, I know I'm not you, but that's been helpful for me to have like that schedule of things that you need to do, and then assigning blocking out those time frames during the day to actually get to those things and do them. It's tough, guys. It's tough to keep an even keel and not get blue and listen to a lot of Morrissey like Don says he's been doing. Um, So yeah, running, exercise. Tanya is mentioning routine is everything. John is mentioning keep an eye on your cars at night. Santa Maria, someone caught a man in a white SUV looking under cars, looking for catalytic converters. That's true. We shared the video of that earlier today, pardon me, and that's been one of those crimes that has happened kind of consistently for the past few years. There's materials in those catalytic converters that are valuable, and they've been stolen. A couple of years ago, there was a huge rash of them at Lake Chabot. Um, so definitely, that's a good point, John. Thank you for pointing that out. Uh, So yeah, maintain that routine as much as you can. And some people may be retired, but even if you're just setting your routine, your schedule for, okay, the morning is going to be where I'm going to look at the paper or I'm going to catch up with news, and then maybe afternoon is going to be things that I need to do around the house, or if you're going to go outside, do some gardening. That's Tanya mentioned that gardening thing is it helps incredibly for your overall mental situation. Gardening is great. Exercise is wonderful. Like I said, I go out on my bike for about an hour in the morning, and it's it's that outlet. It's a physical outlet. You can shove your energy into the bike and or whatever exercise that you're doing, and it feels good because you're doing something that is that's helpful to your body, which is also helpful to your mind. So establish that schedule if you can. It probably would only take you maybe 5 minutes, and even taking the time in the morning to write your schedule is a piece of structure that could be extremely helpful to you during the day. That you've got this list. These are the things that I want to get done. Um, Definitely also set some time aside to relax with your pets. If you have a pet in your house, you've got an advantage because pets are so good for your mind. I know there are things that happen that there might be an accident or something where there might be they may have gone to the bathroom inside. I wanted to say that as delicately as possible, but my mind really went to saying something else. But pets are just so great. It's there's like 20 times a day I just stop and I give my dog a hug, because without him I would be so many more steps closer to going stir crazy. Um, Tony is mentioning that her husband and her have started playing ukulele to keep them sane. That's wonderful. Bob said he's got 7 oranges on his tree. Call him Farmer Bob. Um, Don says everything he plants dies. Yeah, Don, but you've got kids, and your kids have grown to be wonderful people. So gardening, kids, I I think you've done fantastic. Don, you're an awesome guy. I think you've done great. You've planted two kids and they've grown to be great people. So yeah, let's cross the mental health depression thing off the list. If you value local news like I do, you want it to stick around. And every so often, we periodically share our pledge page and mention that if you're interested, if you would like to pledge a couple bucks to us, it helps us float along, it helps support us. Castro Valley News is a business, and we are. I have a dog that I need to feed. I have me that I need to feed. If you appreciate what we do and like the fact that we are your neighbors doing this, providing this service in your in our community, because I live here, um, we'll post up a link to our website. There it is. Um, and please pledge us whatever you have if you can. If you value local news just like I do, please do so. I'm getting there's a comment from Cindy, excuse me. Great job throwing away Chick-fil-A. Can Castro Valley get any more? Let's shoot ourselves in the foot. Um, so I'm assuming, Cindy, that you supported the Chick-fil-A project. And we went over this at length last week. Humor me, guys. I'll just touch on this again. I think Castro Valley would have supported Chick-fil-A if it were at a different location. Let me think of a location up. The Rite Aid building. What is there another location? I think any other location, Sydney. Why do I keep trying to call you Sydney? You're Cindy. Cindy, I think if that project were proposed at any other location that didn't have that traffic situation, I think I think the community and the MAC board would have viewed it a whole lot different than they did. A drive-through that can accommodate 36 cars where the lumberyard is now is not adequate, is going to be a hazard, is going to be unsafe for that intersection, that whole area. With that said, again, Castro Valley would probably definitely support a Chick-fil-A at a different location. I'm trying to think of parcels or buildings that may be adequate to accommodate that use. Any other spot, I think it would have been, I think the MAC would have sat back and said, welcome to our community. I know there's a lot of people who say no more fast food. Fast food, we talked about this last week. Fast food comes here because fast food is supported here. I don't think Castro Valley shot themselves in the foot with and it wasn't a denial. It was the MAC were saying that they would not support the proposal. My gut tells me I don't think Castro Valley shot themselves in the foot by doing that. If you look at some of the comments on the page, there weren't there the sentiment against it was pretty overwhelming. And I think there were two things there. I think it was also the traffic. It was number one, the traffic that would be brought to that area was number one. The second component was the LGBTQ, the anti-rhetoric that company has put out there. again, and I don't want to dwell on this, but I really I don't agree. I don't think Castro Valley shot ourselves in the foot when it came to kind of passing on that project. It may be a good idea for a fast food drive-through somewhere else on the boulevard, but that location is just it's super problematic. I've seen cars trying to get on the freeway where it's two lanes coming out right by the lumberyard. I mentioned this last week. The drive-through at Wendy's is actually backing up onto the boulevard, which is dangerous. Um, that whole I don't know who designed Burger Island where Wendy's and McDonald's is, but and I know the county is in the works of doing a redesign with that whole area, which is fantastic because it's super problematic. But whoever designed that Burger Island, um, they need an employee review. I don't, that person probably is not working for the county anymore. But um, and I have been emailing the folks with Chick-fil-A to see if they wanted to give a response to the MAC meeting and to the response to what the community has said in regards to that, and I have not heard back. I'm more kind of interested to see if they will proceed with the project, but I I I don't think they're going to get any approvals from the community or the MAC or the planning department when it comes to that. So I expended quite a bit of time on the Chick-fil-A thing, which we were talking about last week. Um, Tanya is asking for one of the Hella Love Castro Valley stickers. I will bring you one or two tomorrow. They are they're out the door. They're just about gone. I think I have maybe 10 or 15 more, but Tanya, I'll definitely bring you a couple tomorrow. Um, Mario brings up a wonderful point. We need to keep our community with local small businesses and not the big corporations. Shop small. I couldn't agree with you more. Oh, Tanya, you don't need to send proof of purchase. I'll bring you a couple stickers tomorrow. Excuse me. So that was a topic that I did not expect to come up. The Chick-fil-A. However, I mean that story, SF Gate picked it up. The Chronicle, which I think is SF Gate, I think they're the same people, which harkens back to the whole discussion of local news, of how much I appreciate local news. And again, if you guys appreciate what we do, please, please throw us a pledge. You will be just like what PBS does. If you um, if you give us a pledge, you're doing the same thing when people pledge to PBS. You're assuring that we can continue, that we can keep going, that we can sustain, and we need to do that. I'm just being frank with you. We need to do that. Are we at a point where we're going to go away? No, but it would be great that you could show us some love and assure that we won't go away by throwing us a pledge. And we did definitely post the link to that part on our website to pledge. And Tanya hella loves us. We hella love you too as well, Tanya. Thank you. John is mentioning there are a lot more people out walking and riding bikes, and that's true. It's great for your head to be outside in nature and near other people to to keep that the feelings of being blue at a distance. Bob is asking, give you a pledge and get lots of reruns like PBS. I don't know what that means. We don't do any reruns here. Every show is new and live. every week. So pledges are off the list. I'm gonna mark pledges off the list. I've got a couple more things here. Hey, you guys are gonna be excited about this. I'm excited. We just filmed within the past few days. I'm sorry, I forgot what day it was. Gosh, it was Saturday. We just filmed a new restaurant review, and this was the place that you guys wanted us to go to. So we checked it out, and it was as good as we thought it would be. Actually better. Locally owned restaurant. We'll be releasing that video shortly for and it's different because normally our restaurant reviews are inside and we get to interview the owner sometimes and we get to enjoy the atmosphere and ambiance of the restaurant. This is the second one that we have done during the shelter in place, so it's another takeout restaurant review that we did. And John is asking, did people get hurt at Walgreens? From what I understand, no one was injured, but I can imagine the entire situation was extremely traumatizing. But again, my understanding is nobody got hurt at Walgreens, and I'm sure you guys probably heard there was a takeover robbery at Walgreens Monday. And I'm sorry guys, my schedule compass is completely wonky. But yep, there was a takeover robbery at Donna's asking, is it Villa Roma? And no, it was not. But we should go to Villa Roma because I understand their pizza is amazing. But the previous shelter in place takeout review we did was with wonderful BJ at Pizza Express on Center. We will find that review for you to check out and we'll post it up here. But Don says he feels numb. What's going on, Don? Are you okay? So yeah, I just got derailed there again. Sorry, guys. Promo for the new restaurant review. I'm going to mark that off the list. Mario is saying the smoothies from Blenzers are amazing. The girl with colored hair, and I know who she is, makes yummy smoothies. Blenzers have been great since they were in the village, and they are good people. They're nice folks, and they do, like Mario said, they do a good smoothie. Villa Roma's kebabs are amazing. That is coming from Don. Wow, there's so much stuff going on out. It's crazy. I'm gonna mention it because it's on my mind. The presidential inauguration is tomorrow, and today is the last day of our existing president of his term. How are you guys feeling about that? And I'm not taking sides, and I'm not saying who's better than the other person. Sorry, I'm just looking through here to see. I don't want to miss any comments or questions here. We just got a donation. Thank you, Dennis. Thank you so much, Dennis. I guess it worked. Dennis, you're awesome. I'm feeling the love right now. Thank you, Dennis. I appreciate it. That's another amazing thing that happens during the live show. Thank you so much, Dennis. That's awesome. What was I? Yeah. The inauguration. I understand that the normal ticker tape brouhaha and uh, amazing. What's the word I'm looking for? The big there it is. The big pageantry of the inauguration, I understand is going to be scaled down. I hope we'll be able to see something or hear something on the radio in regard. Like I said, I don't do the party politics thing because I'm not on either side. Um, how are you guys feeling? It seems like every single part of our lives is going to be so much different. It is so much different. You know, like I was talking about the inauguration, usually it's just pageantry and ticker tape and nothing against them, but you get to see all the talking heads on TV and the promises and the hopes and this and we're not going to be able to see any of that. Um, from what I'm seeing in the comments, it seems like there's some folks that are hopeful, and I share that hope. Um, just in the simple fact that I don't typically fall into the hole of depression. I do sometimes, but I'm just hopeful that we can work together and get together as people and get over what we are going through now and regain our humanity and get on with it and be friends with each other. So Donna's saying he needs another drink. Donna's saying Talking Heads are a great band. Oh, okay, because I said Talking Heads. Right, right. Yeah. Let's not. Let's. That's kind of a conversational third rail when we get into politics. So I'm going to cross that off the list. But let's be hopeful and let's cross our fingers and yeah, just hope that things are going to improve, continue to improve. Um, anyways, yes. So let's take the political thing off the list. Um, is anyone playing the game of trying to make an appointment to get a vaccine? And I'm sorry I kind of coined it as playing the game. Um, but it seems like, sorry, I hit a high note there. Excuse me. It seems like we keep hearing that all this conflicting information about there is vaccine stock someplace. Then we hear there's not. Then we hear I just don't know. I just don't know. I've been trying to make an appointment for my mom. Amy got one for her dad. Congratulations, Amy. I've been going on Kaiser's website for the past few days. I know I have another friend who managed to get some appointments for her parents at Kaiser Oakland. Apparently, Kaiser San Leandro, all their appointments were booked up. Um, Mario's saying he's going to wait until all the bugs are worked out, then try to get it. I, I, I I kind of agree with that as well. I don't know that we have all the information in regards to side effects. I'm not sure. I would like to get the shot. I would like to make an appointment. Amy is mentioning he lives in Contra Costa County and was pretty seamless. Alameda County is a mess. I would agree with that. On the Kaiser website, you can go on there to attempt to make an appointment. However, it may be that they don't have anything in stock, so you can't make an appointment, or it might be that when they do get whatever allotted they get, which may be a couple hundred, they might open those appointments for whatever they've received. Either way, I think it was Sunday. I went through the website a couple times and I went to all of the locations, all of the times. No appointments were being made. So, Amy, congratulations to you for getting an appointment for your dad. That's awesome. But again, you're in Cocoa County, so things are probably different there. Um, at this point, when it comes to uh, Mario's mentioning he just wants to get back to normal living. Man, join the club. I hear, here. I second that. Um, sorry, I'm just looking at a message here. Bob is mentioning he's trying. His sister is okay for Thursday with Sutter. Wow, that's cool. She is over 75. Bob is only 70. Whenever I can get it. Sutter's only doing healthcare and over 75. And my mom is over 75. So even with that age bracket, it's you're rolling the dice. You're rolling the dice going on the website. And I spent a good hour, like I said, just um going through the locations for Kaiser. And here's another advertisement for Kaiser. Sorry. Um that's what it seems like because I keep mentioning them. But going through all of their locations, going through all of the combinations of hours, nothing. And literally, I did it for an hour and 15 minutes because I got to that whole situation where I kind of started obsessing over getting an appointment for my mom, and I was like, I'm not giving up. I'm not giving up. But there was nothing there, so I'm not going to give up. I'm going to keep trying. I'm going to keep going to the website. She is calling as well, and the answer that they're giving her is they don't have it. So, and I think that's kind of the MO with most locations. Some places have it, some places don't. And the places that have it, it seems like it's a very limited supply, which is unfortunate because we really need to get and harkening back to our mental health issue. We need to. It would be great. I'm not going to say we need to. It would be great if we could hear that people are getting the shot and people are feeling good. That to me, that would make me feel good instead of hearing that we're hearing, this was on KCBS and Phil Mateer was saying this whole rollout, there's no leadership. Nobody knows what's going on. That's not encouraging. If we were hearing things like it's being rolled out and it's happening, then that to me that would be warm and fuzzy. I would feel good. Tony don't just donated. Thank you guys. You guys are making the show so awesome. Um, uh, Tony, thank you for donating. You're awesome. I appreciate it. And also I'll give it a shout out to Dennis again. Thank you guys. You guys are awesome. It's obvious you guys support local news, and I am humbled and honored to have your support. You guys are awesome. Thank you guys so much. Thank you. Um, Getting back to the vaccine, I think it would be. I was almost going to swear again. Someone needs to get. They just need to get their act together. And Laura had mentioned. Let me find her comment here. Sorry, bear with me, guys. Laura is mentioning, and Laura is an RN at Eden. It's a huge logistical issue. You need to get 2 shots, depending on which vaccine, need to be certain number of days apart. It doesn't seem to be well organized, and they're not keeping track. And I think Laura is just echoing a lot of the things that I've been hearing in the news as well. That it seems like, for the lack of a better term, it sounds like it's a monkey's tea party, and what's going on? Um, they don't know where the vaccine is. Some people are being promised this and not getting it. So I think it would be a whole lot better for all of us if we were hearing. I mean, just from a peace of mind standpoint, if we were hearing that some of this was working and that some of these people were getting the vaccination. Fortunately, it sounds like a lot of our first responders, nurses, um, I did hear Alameda County Fire have received theirs. I'm not so certain about the sheriffs, but it's good that the first responders have received theirs so far. But it's like Mario said, it's time to get. We need to we need more steps towards normalcy, and we're not seeing it. But realistically, with such a huge undertaking, it's not going to be seamless. It's not going to be plug and play. With that said, it shouldn't be what we're hearing, that it seems like nobody knows who's in charge of this effort, or who. I'm going to embarrass myself. It's a saying that actually came from Dr. Phil. It seems like this vaccine rollout needs a hero. So there you go. And Shirley is responding to something that Mario said. Mario's friend got the shots. She had headaches, vomiting for 2 days, and then she was okay the third day. And that person is apparently a nurse. If those are the side effects, I'm on board. Um, I've had headaches. I've I haven't vomited for 2 days, but I have vomited quite a few times. So if that's what the side effects are, sign me up. I'm in. Give me the shot. Let's do it. Um, the vaccine discussion. Karen is mentioning she is going to miss Cliff Burton Day. I am going to miss Cliff Burton Day as well. The past, I think we've done it 3 years. Yeah, we've done Cliff Burton 3 years. The first year was fantastic. We did it at the Castro Valley School of Music's old location. Hey, shout out to Shane Sharkey at the Castro Valley School of Music. If you were not aware of this, they moved again. They are on Redwood Road, and they are located kind of catty corner to Habit Burger. It's a small business building. I don't have the address off the top of my head, but shout out to Shane at the Castro Valley School of Music. They are still doing a bunch of music lessons online. Shane is an awesome guy, local guy, cares about the community, does a ton of stuff, volunteer behind the scenes to help our community. But Cliff Burton, Karen, I'm going to miss Cliff Burton Day too as well. There's really nothing that we can do in regards to that celebration this year. The second year of Cliff Burton Day, we were fortunate enough to have Ray Burton attend, which was incredible. We actually had Cliff's father, Ray, and Cliff's sister, Connie. The third year, unfortunately, Ray passed away. We were lucky enough to get the proclamation for Cliff Burton Day and have Ray, I believe he was 90, 93, 90, in his 90s. we were lucky enough to have Ray come out for 1 year and enjoy his son's celebration. And if you guys don't know who Cliff Burton was actually the second but the most noted bass player for Metallica. Um, Born and raised in Castro Valley, graduated from Castro Valley High School, went to Marshall Elementary School, learned the rudiments of bass playing from one of the teachers at ABC Music. You don't get more Castro Valley than Cliff Burton. Um, so, anyways, Karen, I will miss Cliff Burton Day this year as well. It's always good to see some of the familiar faces and friends that we've all made at Cliff Burton Day. Don is asking, was there a review on Habit Burger? We've not reviewed them yet because they're kind of a chain, so we kind of pass on them. Um, Whoa, I have blathered about an hour now. That's amazing. It's amazing how fast the show goes when you have something of a structure. Leading back to structure, I had an actual list of topics, and thank you guys for adding to them. Laura also mentioned in regard to vaccines, they should have formed a plan before now. They knew the vaccine was coming. Um, it should have been well organized for staff at hospital. I totally agree. There should have been an incredibly detailed plan as to getting people. Dennis is mentioning absolutely great moment to have the photo op with Mr. Burton and Connie. Oh, Cliff was your classmate in 1980? That's awesome. There are so many people in this town that know and remember Cliff, and it's awesome to hear all of the good memories that he was not just a phenomenal musician, that he was a cool guy. A lot of the stories that were shared during some of the past Cliff Burton celebrations were just that Cliff was a good dude, and that goes a long way. Hey guys, if you have a topic or a question or a comment, or if you want to text something in, I never gave the line out, which is unfortunate. We were just kind of talking on the comments here. 510-331-9112 if you want to text me a complaint, a compliment, a confession. Um, I want to, before I forget, thank you, Tony and Dennis, for donating. You guys are awesome. Thank you guys so much. Every person on our page is awesome. We are so lucky to have a community of passionate and intelligent and active people um, living here. It's our little town is awesome. We're so lucky to, and it's not even the town; it's the people. It's amazing. So the line is open if you want to text or call or whatever. If you have a compliment or complaint or confession or topic that you would like to bring up, please definitely. Uh, Bob is mentioning. Bob's always got a twist on the tag on the closing line. When Scialpi turns pro, the pros buy records. um, let me see if I can cheer Don up. Don made a request for a voice, and he wanted to hear Christopher Walken. And Christopher Walken is a fun voice to do. So let me do Christopher Walken for Don. It's it's Don Scialpi over One Bad Apple Records. He's got records. I sounded more like Bud Abbott, I think. Sorry. Usually the Christopher Walken is better than that. But with that said, we're almost at the end of the hour. And thank you again, Dennis and Tony, for donating. You guys are awesome. Karen, thank you so much. I'm going to miss you on Cliff Burton Day as well. Laura, thank you for all the insights from your professional perspective in regards to the vaccine. Mario, stay safe. Amy, I am glad that your dad got his appointment for his shots. Keep running, keep out there. I think John mentioned that he runs as well. Tanya, I will bring you some Hella Love Castro Valley stickers tomorrow. Um, Kimberly, I hope that the bowling alley will open sometime soon. I hope as a society that we can all open up soon and get back to loving and being there for each other. And Don is sending hugs to everyone. Don, hug to you. I love you, brother. With that said, we have burnt through the hour. Thank you guys for tuning in every Tuesday and listening to me not make sense most of the time. But you guys are great. If there is any joy that comes from this show, it's because of you guys, because you guys are awesome. We'll see you next Tuesday at 7 p.m. for the live show. And as always, guys, be good to each other, be good to your neighbors. And I say this every time, guys, if there's a senior citizen that's your neighbor, um, let them know that you're there. Let them know that you care. That rhymed. Kimberly is saying, hope with the vaccine, the bowling alley will open soon. I hope every business can open soon. I hope restaurants can go back to doing business outside. It's so tough. Two last things: shop local, support our businesses, let our neighbors know that you care about them, and we want to make sure that their businesses stay open. Oh, John asked about the Greek. Oh man, did I just completely change gears there? John asked something about the Greek restaurant in the village. If they're open yet, they are not. However, I passed by and they are working on they're working on that place. They're making it happen. I think it's gonna take a minute because they have to install an entire kitchen, but I think it's Nick the Greek. Nick the Greek. His restaurant is going to be opening up in the village soon. Tony, thank you so much. You are wonderful. I will pray for your sick husband. Kim is mentioning that bowling is her life, and I love bowling as well. With all that said, hey guys, be good to yourselves, be good to your neighbors, shop local, let our senior citizens know that we love them, we care for them, check in on them, do run an errand for them if you can. And as always, when the going gets weird, the weird turn pro. You guys are great. Thank you so much for your support. Have a wonderful evening. Till next Tuesday.